And the crafting is done. And Sue, I can't help but notice that you've been putting labels down in the sorting system.
Oh, those
I mean,
things?
yeah, so I understand that it's important that we categorize where things go, right? But I sort of question why bugles need to be in every box.
Bugles are in every box.
Are you saying this is like a bonus? Let me.
Yes.
Okay, but. And then I don't get.
Do you have a problem with this?
I mean, I feel like. I feel like you're messing with me personally.
I think that you need to write a complaint form, and someone will get back to you as soon as possible.
Well, I mean, will they get back to me like on the surface of a bugle? Do I have to write it on a bugle?
If you preferred.
If you prefer. Well, that's the preferred method now.
Yes.
So, okay, I mean, because if you don't like my sorting system, you could just say so. Is that why you did it this way?
No.
You just
I
what?
think it's very clear as to what goes inside those boxes.
Just bugles. The secret's in the bugles.
The variety of bugles.
Yes.
There's more than just barbecue flavor.
There's barbecue flavored bugles?
I think so.
Wait,
I bet there's a green tea version in Japan.
green tea bugles. That's probably the most disgusting thing I've ever heard.
I don't know.
No, I mean I know. What who would even do such a thing?
Frito-Lay.
Good answer. So let's just grab some bricks here and lay these out like a work table. 2, 3, 4. And so yeah, we need a chemical decomposer. We need a chemical synthesis machine. And of course, everybody's friend, the microscope for our research. Ta-da! Now, these things need power. So what we're going to do is take a look at this. Looks like it's burnt through all its fuel and has a little bit more power. So let's consider digging out this back wall. Yeah, so let's go ahead and grab Avarice, and we're just going to kind of dig out the back wall here, and like so. And yeah, what we're going to need is an energy cell too. So why don't I put the energy cell right here in the wall, and then move the generator right next to it. And for an energy cell, I think I know what we'll need. We'll probably be using thermal expansion. Thermal expansion energy cells are nice, they're easy, and then we'll also use leadstone energy conduit here to start, which is a tough choice for Minechem because Minechem needs a lot of power, but it should be good. Go like this, at least for now, to kind of go like that, and then we'll go right here. Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. And then, yeah, that should be exactly what we need for now. Let me go and get the stuff I need. Just let me finish this wall really fast. And, yeah. All right, so real quick, we need to cook up a little bit of electrum ore because we're going to be making a leadstone energy cell. And we need electrum for these redstone conductance coils. But the other part of it is pretty straightforward. We just need a little bit of lead and then a nice redstone or leadstone energy cell frame.
Where the hell all these squids come from?
They just spawn in. They're relentless.
I just got rid of these guys.
Wow, this is going to be a really big farm, isn't it?
Yeah, it's gonna match up with I'm gonna go for a full square. I mean,
this is going to be crazy. We're like totally changing it. Maybe we should stop right where that tree is. Is that your plan, or are you going to go all the way to the
edge of the bridge?
Oh wow! So you're really going for it, huh? How much cobble have you used?
Don't know.
I guess yeah. Well, I mean, not that much actually. Well, I guess it's because we're making cobble so fast.
Well then, there's no problem here,
No,
right?
there's no problem there. There's no problem. I'm not saying there's a problem. I'm just impressed. I'm impressed by your industrious dwarfiness.
I'm not digging.
Well, I mean, you're building. That's a dwarfy trait. Ah, there we go. Electrum. Exactly what we need. So we just need to make one of these. And then toss it right here. And we've got a leadstone energy coil. This should be enough to at least get started. Now, I'm going to grab on the way down, I'm going to grab a little bit of iron ore, because I think what we're going to do is use this system, there's some, to start on what we want. So let me show you what we're doing and why this is both tricky and awesome. So, did this break? I'm confused. Or did it all go in here? Huh. I thought that breaking the generator didn't remove the power, but it seems that it did. Well, we got tons and tons of lava. We got a whole bucket full, but that is a little bit troublesome. Okay, well, we'll start with there. And this should be filling up pretty fast. Okay. Now, it only outputs 80 RF a tick, so we're definitely going to have to upgrade our infrastructure pretty fast if we want to stay ahead of these problems. For now, let's just go ahead and close this up and close it up over here. This is nowhere near the final build, but, you know, we can at least make it look nice for now. There we go. So check this out. Minechem is super cool. Uber super cool. We can go ahead and look at what the decomposer will make here. In particular, it makes 48 iron in the decomposer here. So let's go ahead and toss in a few of these things. It'll be powered in just a sec. I think we just need to set it up so that it outputs in the back. Yeah, it's not set up to output in the back. There we go. And as you can see, the thing is turned on. It's beginning to spin up and just give us loads and loads of iron. We're jammed up. We've got so much iron. Now, we should be good on terms of power. So let's go ahead and grab some of these. Now, what we can do if we look at this is put this in, and then we take a look at what we can do in the chemical synthesis machine. Well, maybe not. I thought that that would still work. But if we put one of these in here, or any number of these in here, right? We can, I guess we'll just use NEI. That's weird that it's not working that way. 16 of these equals 1 ingot, right? And then we can also make other things with it as well in the chemical synthesis machine. So all we have to do is, let's see, put, in this case, we have to actually mark the recipe out like this. There we go. And now when we toss things in here, it's going to use 10,000 RF, right, to output that. Well, this is a real problem for us because at most we're going to be able to do like 5 or 6 things. So we're definitely going to have to upgrade our energy infrastructure pretty fast. And that's my next goal. I definitely want to get better power than this. So we're going to move quickly to try and improve these energy cells and improve our workshop down here. But this is ore tripling, by the way. One ore outputs just a ton of these iron, right? So all we have to do is just be patient, and eventually we'll have all of the energy we need. So if I were to put in, you know, just a whole stack of these, we could go 1, right? 2, put out 4, and we've just tripled our ores. So that's pretty good, and we can even automate the system, but we have to get through the first step. Now, and we have to build lots and lots of these suckers. That's fine though. For a manual system, this is pretty good. Now, let's see. We need to have a better power generation than this thing, right? This thing is not that great. It's only generating 80 RF a tick. Now that's adequate for our power usage, and if we look at the uses for this, we can improve this cell pretty fast by adding invar ingots, which we can make reasonably quickly by basically building an induction smelter or building an alloy smelter, anything that uses power, right? We can just use iron and nickel, and we should be good. But we need to upgrade it, and for that we're going to need a little bit more power because this system is just not going to cut it. I've been thinking about it, and I'd actually like to use a different thing than you may have seen before. We really do need to clear that out a little bit, though. Let's go ahead and just toss in a bunch of these things over here. What we need to do is grab some iron and a few diamonds, actually. And we're going to build a particle accelerator. This is really, really different from any other power system that you may have seen. We're also going to need to build some other things here, including polarized glass and control glass. These are pretty awesome, but we're not going to be using these. In fact, those will be disabled in a future version of the mod pack because they're too good. But these are really, really cheap. So let's grab a few diamonds. We should have enough iron on hand. But let's build a nice half dozen of those and just the rest of our redstone. We can go mining for more of that soon. Now, I guess we should grab one more thing. We do need to grab, let's just grab a few of these coal. These coal are what we're going to be using to power the system, but not in the traditional way. What we're going to do is get rid of this, toss that in there as well, and we're going to decompose this coal. And we get a whole bunch of carbon. Um, 32 in this case. Carbon can be used in a bunch of different things. It's a real fundamental building block, both of life and of Minecamp. But what we're actually going to be using it is using it in this emitter. So let's go ahead and build an emitter. Should be straightforward. Only need one of these. Perfect. Now, I'm just going to show you what this emitter does. Bing! Toss it down, and let's toss a little bit of carbon in there. So we just put this like here, and let's make it, there we go. So by tossing in carbon, we've now got a emitter. We'll put this at 86 seconds just to make it nice and slow. And this thing occasionally just hurls out, maybe that's a little bit too slow, hurls out particles. Let's put it even slower. And it's not, basically one piece of fuel, you see, will hurl out these particles. Now, we're probably going to embed this a little bit in the floor. So in a minute, I'm going to go tearing through the floor, but I'm going to show you what we do next. We build a series receptor, which is, we'll be building a few of these. Let's just go ahead and get that out of the way. We'll be building a few of them, although we won't be using all of them right now. So whenever one of these particles hits a series receptor, it generates a little bit of RF. So we saw one particle go and it generates just a tiny bit of RF. Now, if we actually put down blocks, we can reflect, go like this, like that. Now, when that fires, is that going to go through? So let me check this really quick, because these obviously changed this. This is awesome, actually. I love being surprised in the middle of the build. But we're generating power. It's not super fast, right? But it is power, and we can make it a lot better. So let's just give me a second to tinker with this, and then I'll show you what the build is. All right, folks. Well, I had to do a little bit of digging and a whole bunch of experimentation, because truth was, this is all changed. So I had to kind of do a bunch of work in a test world to figure it out. But I'm really happy with what I came up with. It did lead to certain realizations, though. I'm going to have to up my game a little bit. So one of the first things I did was make this alloy smelter from Ender.io. This is a really, really useful item, and it lets me do just all sorts of cool stuff. Now, I do need to fill up its power buffer, so we're just going to briefly donk. We'll fill that up and let that run for a bit and fill up this guy's buffer, because we do need to make some specialized alloys. What we're going to do is toss a little bit, first of all, we're going to turn it to alloy only mode, and then we're going to make some redstone alloy. I think we should be able to do this. And then, yeah, that does that. And then we'll need one more. And then one more of that. We need 3 of those, and I've also made a bunch of conduit binders, which are really simple to make. They're just a little bit of things, and then you cook them up. And once you cook them up, you can actually make 4 per, so it's a very, very cheap recipe. And boy, that texture is pretty cool, huh? So we're going to let that cook for a bit while I talk to you about the next segment, and also, you know what, I have a portal gun. Why am I suffering the indignities of moving around my base when I could simply portal? This will make it a little bit easier. So Minechem has a pretty interesting power system called particle physics. And the way that it ultimately works is by taking various chemicals and emitting them via emitters, as I showed you. However, the rules for it is kind of baroque and intense. You need to you need to basically experiment a whole bunch. But ultimately, all the rules focus around getting just some particles to come out of these things and then get emitted and ultimately end up in these collectors. So what we're going to do is make some of these collectors, or other emitters and collectors in the right place. Now, you can bounce the particles around if you want. However, every time, oh, that's the wrong place, isn't it? Every time that you do bounce them around, they lose 10% of their energy. So the very best designs, early game, don't use really any bouncing at all. They just go straight into collectors. Now, the trick to that, though, is that these collectors, every time a particle hits them, they get energized. And then for, oh, let's see, this looks right. And then for a short period of time, they have triple output. So it's very desirable to use one collector if you can, but generally you can't. So it's kind of tricky. There we go. We may need to make a little bit more of that, and we're running really low on resources. Can we make any more? We got some more iron here. Can we make some more iron? Because we're really, really perilously low on that. We can make 9 more, I guess. Not even that. A little bit more. And while that's going, let's go ahead and grab some of these bricks. Just make a whole bunch of it. We're going to be kaolinite and aluminum silicon oxide and just some other stuff. Maybe Lewis could tell me all about that. But what we're doing here is just going ahead and making some of this. This is a specialized fuel that we use. Each one of the particles in Minecraft particle physics has this really cool, like, different effect. Like, for example, the carbon, we'll just toss in 1 since it's not a big deal. Carbon just shoots out, and if it hits an emitter, it does great stuff. It makes power. And all 4 of those things going all at once sort of is roughly... This is going to be really tight, isn't it? We'll see. This may work. If not, then I may have to dig 1 level down and move this down. The rules for collisions are kind of intense. Anyways, if they hit, they'll make power. 1 collector and 4 particles will make about 80 RF a tick if you do it perfectly. Well, maybe not perfectly, but there's also more we can do. So, did I not grab the kaolinite? Did it not come out of the decomposer? There we go. Kaolinite. You get a 50% chance of getting this. So what kaolinite does is it emits a clay particle. When a clay particle collides with a carbon particle, then they split. When they split, if they're then recombined, then they turn into a 90-degree angle, and then they become much more powerful than they were before. So we can exploit this fact to make a really, really awesome system that just generates a ton of power. So looks like... Well, that's a real bummer for me. You see these particles flying out? Right. What's happening here is they are causing the server to crash. Now, I turned the server back on with a special mode that deletes entities that fail. So it's spamming the heck out of the logs. But it doesn't matter. I can't use this because it caused the server to crash, and I can't go around crashing the Yogscraft server. Man, this episode's just been fraught with difficulty, hasn't it? I hope that Sue is having better luck than I am down here, because I'm wasting diamonds. I don't know. You think it's cheating if I just refund the cost of what I spent, Sue?
Why are you asking me?
Well, I don't know. Like, this is a collaborative effort. You think that's cheating? You think it's fair game because the server crashes? Because I just spent, like, a bunch of diamonds and stuff.
I don't think you care if I call you a cheater, man.
Well, look, I want your respect and love. Oh, folks, I gotta tell you, we've had a bunch of setbacks here. Poor Sue's been positively bombarded by creepers, and I've just been trying to get power going, and every time I try to do something, it breaks. I had to do a little bit of mining, but this is a classic electrolytic separator and hydrogen generator from Mechanism. They're pretty easy to make. The hydrogen generator requires a little bit of work, but if you have steel on hand, then you really don't have any problems. The biggest trick is grinding up the ores, which I just made a machine to do. The lava generator here is going to kickstart the system, and that should give us the power to actually get going with this. So there we go. That has power. So now this should be outputting power if it gets hydrogen. I may not be able to put it directly adjacent like that. I may have to figure this out. So let's go ahead and... Yeah, that would be a pain, but I'm pretty sure that's the oxygen. And let's see if I just rotate it. Oh, there it goes. It's getting hydrogen now. So this sucker should be outputting now and receiving more hydrogen than it consumes. So we should be in pretty good shape and seeing this this energy cell fill up pretty promptly. Now, I went ahead and made more of those energy conduits. So we do at least have a reasonable approximation of a power system now. This isn't super strong, but it'll be good enough for what we got now. Definitely more than what we got at the exact moment. But I need to probably go ahead and finish up these floors a little bit and put together a few more machines. I had to make a metallurgic infuser to make the enriched alloy we need for all these machines. It's also pretty cheap. There's a lot of tutorials on Mechanism, so I don't feel too inclined. Take a look at that. Hey, Sue, are you ready to show off what you've been working on and having a lot more success than me?
I don't know. Something keeps blowing me up every single time I go out there.
Well, let's go ahead and take a look anyways. Oh, I love that hat. Caro,
Mm.
what am I wearing? My miner's hat?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm gonna bring Tony. Come on, Tony. Let's go check it out. Wee. The oldie chicken hut. Is that a wisp up there?
Where?
Holy crap, there's a wisp. Flying away. Wisp.
I don't
Wisp.
see it.
Wisp. Come here, Wisp. Wisp.
I think you're just following.
No, Wisp. Ah. I got him. I killed the wisp.
You're supposed to kill those things?
Well, I got a ethereal essence. Okay, so there's that structure over there. I'm kind of seeing it out of from a wrong angle. Uh-oh. You okay over here? Oh, there we go.
It's taking forever.
Hey, Sue, check this out.
What?
Yay!
Oh God!
I can fly.
I'm busy now. This is basically my life now.
Basically, are you having problems over there?
Always.
Oh boy. You need a little bit of a hand?
Oh look, there's another guy. Another unsatisfied customer coming at me.
Well, that's okay. Why don't we just show off what we got? And also, please don't hit me in the back.
Ha!
Let's go. Before more come. And here's a peck. He's just going, huh.
There's another one behind this house.
Man, there really are a lot of
Yes.
zombies. It is pretty relentless out here. Let's get somewhere safe. So this is the door here?
Yep, this is the door to the mega farm.
Check out this mega farm. Holy. This is intense. So you actually organized each thing?
Yeah,
It's going to be a whole row of each thing?
yeah. The whole goal is to fill up every single one.
Wow.
Huh. There's already one missing.
Wait, Sue?
What?
Bugles.
Yeah.
But
Oh God.
what was the problem?
Another unsatisfied customer.
Oh, wow. He's right there, huh? We may need to come up with a way to get over here. Well, how about this? How about this? I got a plan. Check this out. We're going to use the power of portal guns for good. You're clear to go.
How do you know?
Well, because I made a portal.
Okay.
Look, you can go through this portal here.
Okay, I'll try. Whoa.
This is incredible, Sue. So, did you also plant these trees?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just to give a little bit of a little something.
Well, yeah, because, you know, it's kind of a large farm. There's just lots of dark areas for, you know...
For shading.
Well, you know, monsters like to spawn in here sometimes.
Yeah, they do. Oh, there's a lot of mandrakes. We are going to be in the worst mandrake situation.
I thought that's what you want.
Oh, no, it's fantastic. It's amazing. It's also terrifying. Now, do we have the essence crop laid down?
No, but I'm probably sure I'll put it in the bugle.
That's the bugles?
That's the bugles.
The green bugles.
Green bugles.
Okay, well, folks, I think that maybe we've reached a wrapping up point with this episode. It's maybe a little bit shorter than most of them, but man, if we hit some setbacks. At least I have. And then Sue's constantly getting setback. In between this episode and next, we'll get the farm sorted out. And maybe we'll also try and go for... Oh, wow, look, our energy cell is full. Fantastic. Let's make a bigger one than this, though. We'll also see if we can get the power system a little bit more robust right now. It's very, very basic, and the workshop's very, very poorly fleshed out. In between episodes, I'll probably work on building a few more machines, and we'll see what we can do with those, because I really do want to start getting to some of the more interesting stuff. Oh, and also next time, Sue, what do you prefer, methamphetamines or cocaine?
Meth.
Meth. It does a body good, except for the fact that it gives you horrible meth face, rips out your teeth, and also makes you die at like 30 if you take it when you start at 29. Are you still for the meth?
Die young.
Die young. Die young with a horrible face and no teeth.
You know, the engine on this chemical decomposer is highly suspect.
What do you mean?
I'm just looking at the iconography on it here.
Right? What do you... I don't understand what you're getting at. Are you saying it's a goat sea? I didn't see that before, but
Huh.
I guess it
It looks familiar.
could be a goat sea? Is that what you're saying? I don't... Why you...
Huh.
Why... Why you ruin everything? I'm running away.